Alright, welcome everyone. It's Vision here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about Breach, which is just gone into early access, and it's kind of an RPG customizable dungeon crawler type game. Kind of farm heavy in one sense, just for those customizations that you can get, but a really fun game, and it's basically a 4v1 or 4v co-op versus AI. You can also do single player dungeon crawler. And yeah, it's based on lots of little mini games that level up your group towards completing a mission against a boss. So it is a lot of fun. Just got early access. It will be free to play. At present, you are paying for the early access version, but it's reasonably good. I mean, it's worth the money, I think. But yeah, let's get into it. So here we go. We're going to get into basically the character screens here. So here you go. This is all the classes you can unlock at present. So just an idea, this is the Arcane Mender. We're going through some gems here and bits and pieces that you can use to customize things that you can do, like adding health or adding a life steal from damage of your attacks. So really simple sorts of things here that you can add and basically make your job a little bit easier. There are specialist gems as well for each class. Alongside that, you have gear that also is customizable, including your appearance and wardrobe, all those things, which again, these are all just items that you could pay for just to have a different look. Now we can also look at different schools of magic for the enemy characters as well. So each of the classes are able to be purchased. You start with a limited amount and you can farm your way up to being able to buy certain classes, and you can try before you buy. So here you go, lots of different things you can add and customize and go through each of these. So this is other equipment, which changes the abilities you get for every level you gain in the game. So for every level in each mission that you gain as a group, you are then able to increase your abilities. So here you go, different classes have different abilities, and you can click through all of these. These are this is the bad guy equivalent, the Veil Demon equivalent, and there are different ones of these. So here we go. So again, you can look by just pressing the B key, that's the default. You can look at your own abilities of the class you've selected in depth and sort of see what's going on with those as well. So it gives you a little bit of a closer look to see what you can do. Crowd control abilities, damage abilities, special signature abilities, and these are also able to be swapped as you level up different characters. Alright, so moving into the next section, we're going to be looking at the different game types. Obviously, you can play solo against AI, co-op versus AI, co-op versus player, and if you're in a party, custom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the co-op versus AI, limited difficulty levels at the moment, but we're going to go co-op and we're going to form a party. It can take a little while to form a queue, but generally not too bad. Alright, so we will come back to this as we're in a group, just in a moment. Make it happen. Alright, so there are three main places that you can play at the moment, three main missions. Kiev is one of them, Tokyo is another, and the final one is in Egypt, in Cairo. So each one has different things, and as you start the level, you start at level 1. Your whole team level is level 1, and if you win sort of mini missions, then you get to level up. So we choose to gain a damage shield. You can choose different bits as you go. Each of these mini missions, we're going to dot through these pretty quickly. Like in this case, it is to defeat enemies. Every type of character has their own abilities, whether they're a melee character or a ranged character. Mine is a healer, not the most exciting, but you got to have support, right? And so yeah, so my special ability actually sends through and heals my allies at the same time as I can also damage others. So there we go. And so the main thing is there are a few different game modes in between, so in these little mini missions. In this case, it is to defeat enemies. You have a limited number of dodge charges, which shift is default key, so you get 2 of those. You can gain extra ones with abilities, but yeah, so that's basically that side of things. Alright, let's move into the next. So if you win, like I said, you get the level up, so team level 2. In this case, we get to choose different things, so guardian angels or different dodge charges and bits and pieces. So as we move through, these are the high level ones, and this is to capture data uplinks. So this is kind of capture the flag. The more people that are within that realm, you can capture it. As soon as an enemy is within that realm, it will stop capturing. So you have a limited time. You can see I've got 1 minute and 5 counting on the clock below, where we can actually capture these uplinks. Now, because the enemies are away, and we've got one dude capturing this at the moment, I decided to move on to the next one. So I jump out here, let that happen, and then I quickly zip up to the next one. And while everything's distracted, we're going to capture this one and go on. So yeah, these are the different little things that you can do. So capture uplinks is another mini mission, I guess, within that, which will give us a chance to level up. It is all looking to progress to the point where we take on the boss, and all of this stuff helps. So I'm going to show you here what happens when an enemy comes into this. You can see how close we are at the moment to capturing the uplink. And now we have the enemies come in, and they are going to stop me from capturing it. So you can see this here, really close, only 12 seconds left, and I cannot capture it. So what I've done here is we distract them, and then we zip away, and as they leave the uplink, we jump straight back in, capture it while they're out, and there's the win. So lots of little different strategies and bits. Once you've used your dodge charges, you can't use another one until it recharges. So here we go. So this is another game mode here. We're just going to step through basically an entire mission here. We'll skip a few double ups, but there we go. So again, 1 minute 10 to go. In this case, it is to collect the beacons from the enemies. You kill them, you collect the beacons, then you have to be able to deposit them at the drones. So you could collect all the beacons and kill all the enemies that you possibly could, and not deposit them at the drone in time. So that's the main thing, is we do more than just kill, is we destroy them, pick up the nice glowing blue pieces, and then you go into the realm of the beacons, or the little drones, and you deliver those beacons there by holding down F, which is the default key for that. And so you've got different abilities. You can see those ones that we looked at down the bottom, which are different buffs or debuffs or even damage. So elite enemies as well is something that the Veil Demon is able to do. They spawn elite enemies which have special abilities and basically destroy you. There we go. We're going to collect those beacons, deposit them as quick as we can, and getting very, very close. So we just managed to deposit them at the second one there, and now we can finish this one off. Alright, so you have a limited amount of time to get to the next sector before the time default starts. You've got to stay as a group. If you don't, then you're in trouble. So this is collect the artifacts. This is one of the easiest ones to win, but it's also a very easy one to fail if your team doesn't know what they're doing. So we've got a guy there that's picked up the artifact. You can see he's got it, and he's basically sitting and attacking enemies. So instead of actually delivering it where he needs to, which is up on the other end of the map, he's actually holding onto it and basically costing us time. And so that's really key. You need to be able to communicate in game. Currently, the voice chat is, this is again a couple of days into early access. Voice chat has been disabled due to some glitches, so it's all text chat at the moment. If you need to chat in game, press the enter key, type your message, and then press the enter key again. You'll see a point where I'm going to pause here, type in the chat, boom, deliver the artifact, sent. So dude runs up, delivers the artifact, and basically we have 17 seconds to deliver it twice more. Not going to happen. But like I say, there's lots of different game modes, so ultimately you're always fighting enemies, but there's just little things that they're either going to frustrate you trying to do a different thing, or you're just straight up going to kill them. So here we go. So we'll kill off the enemies. We revive our mates. So you don't die if you get knocked, as long as someone is able to revive you. So here we go. It was all leading to this, the boss. Each of these bosses has particular abilities. This guy is quite nasty. Burrows underground, pops up and smashes you, and builds walls everywhere that basically cause stigmata. It's insane. You get crucified by literally a thorn bush. It's insane. So there we go. So enemies going everywhere. A guy's been knocked out. I've been smashed. I'm trying to heal people, and it's insane. We're going to cut through. So this is revival time. As quick as we can, we revive our buddy. We use an ultimate charge that we have to fully heal him as soon as possible, and then at that point we get hit by a tree. So this boss is really nasty to fight. They each have their own sort of bits and pieces that make them a little more difficult. So using your dodges effectively are really important. You will get a warning of the red marks on the ground when something's going to pop up or something is going to do damage, so it gives you a chance to move. So we're going to put another revive in as quick as we can, and basically try and get us back in the game. So there we go, got the revive, got the heal, and at this point we're going to try and res as many as we can. Unfortunately, I got knocked. I was the last guy surviving, and then we all got knocked. At that point, no one can revive us, and it's game over. So despite the fact the scores at the top of the screen, you see a 5-3, that's basically just our team level, and it determines the perks we can get. You can still lose. End of the game, you get to basically give people bonuses, like bonuses for loot for what you get, if you give them some mad props for the good stuff they've done. And you auto loot in the game, and in this case I picked up a couple of random items that I can use to then buff my characters as I use them. So that is a basic overview of the game. There's one other game mode that we're not going to talk about here. We'll talk about, but we're not actually going to go into great detail, and that is to escort a drone. So it's like capture the flag, but you have to sit there and move the drone along to a goal point. So it's a payload. So lots of different game types. This is Breach. That is basically my quick overview on how you would play it. I really enjoy it. Hopefully, if you're not going to pay for early access, you will enjoy it still when it is free to play. And maybe I'll see you out there. But thank you guys very much for watching. And hopefully I will see you guys in the Breach.